Today we will be learning how to play chess. Yeah, sounds cool. So let's get started. So as you can see, this is a chessboard. It has a total of 64 squares, and yourself will have 18 pieces. Each will have 8 pawns, both black and white, and they can only move 1 square at a time, and 2 if it's the first move. They eliminate players with a diagonal move. Pawns themselves, when they get to the other side of the opponent's team, they could change themselves for any pieces that you've lost earlier. Number 2, the rook. Rooks themselves can go backwards unlike pawns, because pawns are the only piece that cannot move backward. They move and capture pieces by moving left, right, up and down. Well, they stand in A and H. Next piece is very interesting. Number 3, the knight. They do a really interesting thing that nobody except it knows how to do, which is jump over players. They also go in the shape of letter capital L. Watch this clip. Now that was interesting. And they stay at square B and G. Let's move on to the next interesting piece. Bishops. They have really nice diagonal moves. Unlike knights, they can't jump over players. Basically, we will have 2 of these guys, and one just go on the white square and one only go on the black square. I mean for each players, of course. And they would really love if you put them on square C and F. The way they move is the way how they captured pieces. Number 5, queen. Interesting. They can go any move. They are an add up of a bishop and the rook. Do you remember rook and bishop? They cannot go on the shape of the letter L. So if you want to eat the queen of your opponent, just choose a knight or something. They can go any square as they want. Also, pawns are the only that cannot go more than 1 square. Well, you will only have 1 queen and 1 king. And they always stand at letter D. Number 6, king. So the king, just like the queen, they can move in any square. But they can only move 1 square at a time. Nope, not because they move 1 square, but they're not powerful. If you lost the king, means you lose it. Okay, now you know rooks and king. Now, actually, they can do something that's called castling. Castling is when there's no space between the king and rook. It also depends on the side, how many steps would you move. So you want to win in chess, right? So remember, you gotta lost the king to win. So it means that you gotta do something that's called checkmate. So look here. This is checkmate. Checkmate is when your king got like no ways to go. Like either when it goes left or right, somebody can still just eat it. So, in case if you still do not understand what checkmate means, because I know it's hard to explain, so you can see that the king was trapped. And if it moves left, the queen can just swallow it, and if it eats the queen, it will be eaten by the other king that's next to it. So in this case, either move left, right, up, or down, it will still loses. Do you remember last time I told you when the pawn reaches the other side, it can change itself to any piece? To defend that happening to your side when your opponent's pawn was about to reach, you can just take your rook and just put it in the corner. And if you're a pawn and you see that, you must use like another pawn or something to trick the rook to step to somewhere else so you can go safely. So that was cool. So now you have to find somebody that knows how to play chess. To play with you, find a family friend and sit at the opposite side to play with. Happy chess playing, and I hope you win. Remember, white goes first.